Well, hello, friends. That's right, it's Dillon. Coming to you live from the Dillon compound once again. Hope y'all having a fantastic Monday afternoon. I had to get on here and tell y'all about this. This happens every single time, every time I go for a D.O.T physical. Every time. Go in, long story short, I get in there. They hook me up this machine, take my blood pressure, and put a thing on my finger for my pulse. And sitting there, I'm watching it. Okay. She looks over and she goes, "Ooh." I said, "Ooh." You know, I play dumb. Blood pressure's 120 over 80. Heart rate's 80 beats per minute. I said, "Is that bad?" And she said, "No, that's good. That's perfect. That's dead on perfect." Unhooked everything, started asking me all these questions. You know, "What type of medication are you on?" I said, "None." She said, "None?" She said, "You're not on blood pressure medicine?" I said, "No." And she said, "Nothing at all, nothing." I said, "Lady, it's been 20-something years since I took an aspirin." And she said, "What do you do when you get a headache?" I said, "I don't get headaches." And she's like, "Wow." And so she's looking through my paperwork, you know. She said, "Well, it says you've had some broken bones." And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Well, which ones?" And I said, "Both ankles, both legs, collarbone, all fingers, all toes, and possibly hip." And she's like, "Were you in a car accident?" I said, "No, things happen." And she said, "Any problems with any of them healing or anything?" I said, "No." I said, "You know, the first one, you know, I went to the doctor, but all the rest of them have healed." She said, "You didn't go to the doctor with any of the rest of them?" I said, "No." I said, "Your body heals itself." And she said, "You don't have any problems?" I said, "No." I said, "A few of my toes don't bend, you know, the ones that's broke on the joint, but outside of that, no." So I'm good. She's just blown away, you know. And she said, "How old did you say you were?" I thought, here we go. Every time. I said, "I'm 50. She said, "You're 50. I said, "Yeah." She thumbs through the paper. I get my wallet out. There's my license. She's looking it over, and she's like, "Wow." She said, "Do you run?" And I said, "The only time I run is when supper's done. I run to the table." I said, "Outside of that, no, I don't run." And she said, "Wow, this is absolutely amazing. I just can't believe it. You're 50 years old and you're as in good a condition as that you're in." It says here, I asked if you drank alcohol. Of course, I hadn't drank anything in 2 weeks, but I put down yes. She said, "It says here you drank alcohol. What type of alcohol?" And I said, "Well, I stopped 2 weeks ago." And she said, "Is there any particular reason why you stopped?" And I said, "Yeah, that shit's expensive." I said, "I'm done. I quit." And she said, "Well, what type of alcohol did you drink?" And I said, "Mainly beer." I said, "I might buy a bottle of whiskey. It lasts like 2 years in the freezer." I said, "Mainly beer." And she said, "How many beers were you drinking a day?" And I said, "I'm roughly on average about 24. And she said, 24? 12-ounce can? I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's why I quit. Shit's expensive. I can't do that." And she said, "What's your secret?" She said, "I gotta know, what is your secret?" I said, "Well, I like to drink a lot of juice. So I drink apple juice and pineapple juice. I love that. Tomato juice, if I can find a low sodium. The regular stuff's way too salty." And she said, "This is just absolutely amazing." And she said, "I just can't believe this." And I said, "I know. I hear it every time I go for a physical. I hear it every time." I said, "Another factor could be," I said, "I'm part of an experiment." She said, "An experiment?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I have these scientists come out to my house maybe once a month. They come visit me, and they inject me with this stuff. I don't know what it is. It's supposed to keep you young, healthy." And she goes, "What scientist? What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, I don't really know their names." I said, "Like I said, they land their craft out in the field at my house about once a month. They run a bunch of tests on me and stuff, and they give me this shot of stuff." Well, I know the guy that gives me the shot. He's over 300 years old. And I mean, he's not from here. He don't look like us, but I mean, I guess he looks pretty good to be 300. But I don't know if that's part of it or if it's the juice or what. And she's just looking at me like, she said, "I'll get your paperwork together. You can wait out in the lobby." I said, "Okay." But that was my trip to the doctor to get my D.O.T card renewed. Oh well, y'all have a good one.